Hi everybody, welcome to my new and improved makeup tutorial for Harley. I've made so many changes these past few months and I thought it would be really great to update you guys. The first thing I put on my face when I got out of the shower this morning is this product called Face Saver. You can find it at Chemist Warehouse. For those of you that have watched my video of my pin-up photo shoot, Diane, the makeup artist, introduced me to this. It smells a bit funky when you first put it on, but then it kind of neutralizes. I really like this product. Especially being in Australia, it gets very hot and it just stops me from sweating. I find it also acts as a moisturizer as well. If I do think my skin's extra dry, I will put a thin layer of moisturizer on after it. The second thing I've put on my face this morning is NYX Photo Loving Primer. This is really good primer. It's cheap, it's good, it works. So that's the other thing I have on. And after I've put those two products on, I'm ready for foundation. I'm using all different foundations compared to my very first makeup tutorial. They are high-end makeup products, and the reason why I've gone for high-end is because I dress up as Harley all the time. If you are on a budget, however, there is this foundation called Matchmaker by Australis, and it's about 20 Australian dollars, and you can get it from Priceline. That is also a very good foundation, and you can set it with translucent powder. I'm going to start with this foundation by Kat Von D. I've only recently found her products and they're amazing. Definitely worth the money if you're wanting to invest in higher end products. This shade is 41. It's just been released in Australia. You can get it from Sephora and it's the lightest foundation in her range. We're going to start with one pump, pop that on our face, sponge it in, and then a second pump, pop it on our face, sponge it in. That's the game plan. You also need to keep making a thumb face so that you can blend it in with your neck. Thumb face! Second pump. Beautiful! I look like I've seen a ghost. Actually, correction, I am the ghost. Next product is Kat Von D again. It's her concealer in L1 Light. We're going to pop it on our blemishes, under our eyes. I also put it on my nose because my nose doesn't stick to foundation very well, and blend that in with a sponge. I also flip my beauty blender around to the other side so I can really get in the nooks and crannies around my nose and my eyes. The next product we're going to use is Kat Von D again. We are using her compact powder in Light 42. The reason why we're not using 41 is because it doesn't exist yet. By all means, use a loose setting powder, a transparent powder, whatever you want, especially because it will save money, but this is what I use. It's easy for me at conventions and photo shoots to touch up using the sponge that comes in the container, and we're going to set our foundation with a brush. Oh god, I look terrible. This is on the internet as well. People can screenshot me and be like, oh yeah, that Laura Gilbert chick's so hot, and then just send this screenshot. And they'll be like, oh. Next step is eyebrows. I still use the exact same product that I have in my previous makeup tutorials, the Essential Brow Kit by Modelsprefer. It's super affordable, it's only $12. So we're going to use the putty with a flat end brush and also comb through our eyebrows with a little spoolie before we get started. So after I've let my foundation sit for a bit, I find that my blackheads and imperfections are almost highlighted because of the white makeup, like you can see everything. So I go back to the compact powder and I use the sponge that it comes with to go over and just make sure I'm all covered. Hooray! Before we get started on the eyeshadow, we need eyeshadow primer. This is a jumbo eye pencil from NYX. It's not labeled as an eye primer, but I actually prefer it to their normal eye primer. It's a crayon, and I'll put it on with my finger onto my eyelids, and then from there we're going to draw a few random lines down her face that are going to be the blendingness of the eyeshadow, if that makes sense. With this part, you just want to go absolutely nuts. It doesn't matter. She has a lot on the side, and then it kind of runs down her face like this. As you can see, I'm really just going for it. You want a few prominent lines, and the rest you can kind of smudge in with the eyeshadow. And then I very loosely blend that in with my finger. This side's a bit of a mess. Do one out there and bring it. Talking to myself. Now, it is time for the eyeshadow. It is so hard to find a bright red eyeshadow, so why don't you use blush? Genius thinking! This is a bright red blush by NYX that I found in Priceline. It only cost about $8 or $10 and it works amazing as an eyeshadow as well. So that's going to go on our pink side. I am going to use this brush. I don't know what to call it. I just found it in my makeup bag and that's what I'm using. And we're going to go nuts. It's very important that you don't wipe the eyeshadow on. You almost want to pat the product down onto your eyeshadow primer. That way you're going to get the most intense color and you're not going to smudge the primer around and get a weird look. We also go underneath the eye, just a bit. The eyeshadow primer is so helpful because not only does it give you a good vibrant color, but you will find that the eyeshadow is wanting to stick exactly where you put the primer. I'm gonna go one out there. Whoopsie. Oh dear. Whatever. That's the red eye done. Because I don't own 50 brushes, I wiped this one clean with a towel. Now that the pink side is done, it is time for the blue side. It's a combination of two blues that I'll be using today. We're going to start with this darkest blue in this Revlon color palette, and we're going to use this in combination with the very first blue in my first tutorial, which is this blue from this Target palette. Okay, now that blue is done, I'm going to use the brighter blue, and I'm not even going to bother cleaning my brush because you want them to mix together. As you can see, it's a bit hard there, so I use my finger to blend the blue into my skin. I've already done it on the red side whilst I was having tea, but we're just going to use our finger and gently, very gently try and blend it a bit more at the top. If you have any eyeshadow that has dropped onto your cheeks, I just use my powder brush just to kind of get the eyeshadow off. Next step is eyeliner, which isn't eyeliner, it is in fact black eyeshadow. We will be using this winged brush, which is revolutionary. Like, this brush is amazing. I have a black eyeshadow from this palette that we use the darker blue from, which is super convenient. We're going to be using that there around the top of our eye, bottom of our eye, and we're going to kind of smudge it a lot on the sides, then use our finger to further smudge it in and blend it with our eyeshadow colors. And off we go. And after you have sufficient black eyeshadow, you just smudge it in with your finger. The black doesn't show up as easy on the blue, so you really find that you're going to spend a lot more time on the blue eye so the black is somewhat visible. I find that the black eyeshadow often gets in my eyes, so be very careful with how you put the product on and stuff. That was the most unhelpful advice I've ever given. You don't really have to blend the blue in with your finger, it kind of does it itself, I find, but you know, up to you. Eyeshadow is done. Next step is mascara, and I'm using Maybelline Illegal Length in Blackest Black. I swear by this mascara. I use it for every single makeup thing I ever do, ever. And we're going to apply that on the top and bottom lashes, and then we're going to do a second coat later on. Now that the first coat is dry, we'll do a second coat. Next step is not lipstick time, it is tattoo time. I find that the tattoos are best to put on now, then I do my hair, and then I put the lipstick on because the lipstick can get in the way and you don't want it smudging all over your face. So you can get these tattoos on my store. If you do want to know how to put these on in better detail, you can find my tattoo tutorial on my channel, and that will talk you through the whole process. So I'm just going to go ahead and put on my tattoos. My friend Ellen, which you've probably heard a lot about by now, her mum actually recommended this. It is called Dissolve It. And you can get it from Coles or Woolworths. It's a natural stickiness remover. It's amazing for when you need to get any of the glue off your hands, things like that. So I use this when I get glue on them. I'm going to get changed and do my hair, come back, show you how I put in my new hair ties, do my lipstick, and then we're done. My camera's running out of battery, so I have to be very strategic. Okay everybody, so I've just gotten dressed, I've put my hair in pigtails. So here are the hair ties that Chris and I made. You can find the vlog/tutorial thingy on my channel, how to make them, and they look like this. They look incredible. So how I put them in is I just kind of twirl my hair into one thin sausage. Da, 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 da. And once it's in the thin sausage, I just thread it through. And as you work your way to the top, you want to kind of twist the hair tie in the way that your hair has been twisted. And there you have it. Now it's time for lipstick. Drink as much water as you can before lipstick. Stay hydrated. I'm using this lip liner by Essence. It's Femme Fatale, and it's just a pencil lip liner. This cost me $2 from Priceline. It's super affordable and it works really well. For $2, you can't go wrong. So I'm gonna line my lips with this first. For me, this is the most stressful part of the makeup because if you get outside of the lines, it's really, really hard to touch up because the makeup's so white and you got red all over your face and it's a disaster. There we go! I bought this in Krakow in Poland of all places when I was on my holiday, and it is called Take the Stage Color 500 in the matte lipstick, and it looks like this. It's really, really amazing, and it smells like sour candy, so that's an extra bonus. And there you have it. That is my new and improved Harley makeup tutorial. I hope you guys find this helpful for your cosplays. As always guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you subscribe, that helps me out so much. Leave a like, all that stuff. All that stuff that YouTubers say at the end of their videos, I'm saying it now. Like, subscribe, and I love you so much guys. So thank you. Tutorial for Harley. Oh, I just dropped my sponge. I'm just gonna leave the house like this. Going to go get some milk. And this is the makeup I've decided to wear today. Very close to the camera. Hello everybody. Hooray! Why is my camera doing this? I'm just trying my best. And words. And it's like, stay in line. Stay in line. Clubbing is in cosplay. I don't go clubbing. I don't have a life. Clumpy. Clumpy. Lipstick. I don't even know what that was. I'm losing hope. I hate you and copyright laws. Fanning the face. I nearly said don't forget to describe instead of subscribe.